Salutations everyone, this is Preox with a Listen, Learn, Play tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at the OBS software package and TwitchTV in what will be known as the Start Streaming on TwitchTV Using OBS Simplified tutorial video. The goal of this video is simple, to get you online to TwitchTV streaming your games and having fun. This is not an in-depth look at OBS. This is not an in-depth look at setting up a stream. It's the roadblock in between the two, just so that you can have the success and fun of being there on the internet, doing what you want to do. Now, I'm going to assume already that you've gone to the obsproject.com, the link down below in the information section if you need it, to download the open broadcasting software. Their link is right on their front page. Once you have this installed, you'll be looking at a window a lot like this. It's got nothing in it, and it isn't telling you what to do. This is where we're going to begin. The following settings are going to go from top to bottom, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up a stream using the minimum baselines necessary for what I personally consider a good quality stream at those settings. Future videos will go into in-depth details of how to make things a little bit more crisp, how to adapt things to higher frame rates, lower frame rates, how to audio balance, how to add webcams, tickers, scroll bars, images, you name it. This is starting now, just let's get you online. In the OBS window, we want to jump right over to settings. This is where the work begins. The general settings are just that, they're very general. We're going to skip over that right now, leave them by default, or if you recognize what they are, go ahead and use them. The profiles will be a later tutorial. We're going to jump right over to encoding. Ensure that you are using the 264 encoder, the X264 encoder. The other options may be available. If you know how to use them, you're probably just watching this video out of maybe a little bit of research. For the video, the X264. We're streaming to TwitchTV, so we will want to use CBR. That means constant bit rate. And we'll want to use constant bitrate padding. That helps your computer stream a more smooth video. This grays out quality balance. Don't worry about it. Do not use a custom buffer size. Allow OBS to determine the buffer. For your max bitrate, we are starting out at 1024. That is 1 megabit up. It is what is commonly considered the absolute minimum you need to stream. And it's going to allow us to stream a fairly high quality at a mid to low resolution, which is where we're starting. The audio encoding. The codec is the AAC, that's correct. The format. If you're confused as to which format to choose, it probably is not going to affect you. However, you can come down to your start menu, right-click on your speakers, open up your playback devices, find the one that has the green check mark, Properties, and Advanced. This is your format for what your computer is producing. You'll want to make sure that the encoding matches. So if you are doing a 441 on your computer, make sure it's 441 in OBS. 48 kilohertz, make sure it's 48. Most of the time, you're not going to run into any issues with that. It can cause a little bit of audio desync in very rare cases. So at least now you know how to do that. Bit rate. Tone it down to 96 to start. You can always tone it up later. And channels stereo. Once you try to switch to broadcaster setting, it'll ask you if you want to apply the settings. You hit yes. Broadcast settings. We want to live stream. We want to select TwitchTV from the streaming service. You'll notice all this red text just immediately appears. This is OBS saying, hey, look, we know Twitch wants a 16:9 ratio. We know that Twitch wants the X264 to be set to the main for the service. We know that you need keyframe intervals. We're going to go through all of this. Your server, you want to select the server that's nearest to your neighborhood. By neighborhood, I mean on the same side of the continent, if possible. The auto reconnect is if you get dropped by TwitchTV, it will automatically restart your stream. If you press stop stream, it will not automatically reconnect. That's completely optional to you. The streaming hotkey is very straightforward, like any other hotkey you set up. If you set a hotkey, whenever you press that hotkey, whether you're in OBS or not, your stream will start or your stream will stop. They're optional as well. Stream key. Where do we get this? Your stream key is located on TwitchTV on your dashboard. So that's TwitchTV or twitch.tv/dashboard when you're logged in. And it's this big link right here. They've made it very easy to find. Stream key. Do not show anybody your stream key. It allows anyone to broadcast to your channel. When you hit show key, it's going to give you this very long string. If you're familiar with the double-click highlight, just double-click the word live. It will highlight all of it, ensuring that you have all of it. Copy it and paste it right into that field. You notice OBS doesn't even let you see what you've pasted. Again, that's to protect what is essentially your video password. Now, don't worry, I'm going to go and reset my stream key after we're done with this recording. But we have to show it for the completeness of the tutorial. That's it. Now we're done with the broadcast settings. So we've gone through the encoding, we have a low bit rate, we've set up the broadcast to stream to TwitchTV. Now we need to define just a couple other things. In video, the base resolution, this is the capture area that this is the size of your capture platform. The better way to look at it is the size of your game that you're playing. That's the easiest way. When I play Minecraft with the Travelcast, I play in a 1280 by 720 window. You might play at your monitor's resolution, which may be 1080. You might play smaller at 640. You want to make that base resolution the same size as the game you're capturing for right now. Since Minecraft and many other games have the 720p option, we're going to set it to that. So 1280 by 720. The advantage of using this resolution is it's high quality. 720 is considered high definition. The aspect ratio is correct. 16 by 9 aspect ratio will display properly on TwitchTV. Now, we are going to downscale our video. What does this mean? This means that we are taking the 720p that we're capturing, and we're going to make it smaller to send it out to the people viewing it. Yes, that means that the people viewing it are going to view a lower resolution that we are capturing. This is because it's going to eliminate processor time on your computer, it's going to increase quality, and it's going to make sure everything fits in our bandwidth. We're going to downscale to 480 to start with. Once you have your first stream, go back and look at it. Take a look at how your computer is running during that time. For your second stream, go ahead and try 560 or 576. See if it feels a little bit better. For this, we're going to go to 480. 480 at a good resolution quality will look great, especially for games like Minecraft, Bit Trip Runner, even games like Portal, probably even games like World of Warcraft, a lot of the Nintendo games that are being broadcast right now. Call of Duty, it'll be viewable. Call of Duty is a very high-paced game. It's what we call the high FPS game. Requires a little bit more finagling with what you got. But it will work, and it will not look bad. Filter. Bring the filter up to 36 samples, the highest you can go. It's going to smooth out the text. It's going to make everything look a little bit more crisp. FPS, I like bringing it down to 25. Why? It's very close to 30. It cuts down on just a little bit of the work that the computer has to do. We hit apply. We also hit disable ARIA, or arrow. Windows fancy graphics. That's what we're disabling. It'll increase your system performance. We're going to jump right over to audio. You notice that video has the most room that you can play with, and we'll follow up with that another time. But this is the base setting. Jumping over to audio, your desktop audio device, you can leave it to default. That's going to be all the audio noise that your desktop's making will come through this. So your game volume, your music player volume, whatever. It is a good idea to select your microphone if you have one. Windows does have a tendency to not recognize a default microphone as readily as if you just tell it, look, use this microphone. If you want to push to talk, here is where you set it. If you want a hotkey to mute your mic in case you need to talk to somebody off screen, in case somebody opens the streaming room's door, or in case you have to sneeze, here's where you set that. Everything else you can leave precisely the way it was. We're going to jump over to advanced for the final little bit. If you are running a 64-bit operating system, you want to use multi-threaded optimization. It's going to increase the performance. You can leave the processor class at normal if you notice you have a lot of lag, where your the common thing is dropping frames, or you just can't get a video stream through. Try bumping this up to above normal, but leave it at normal for right now. What that basically does is it tells OBS to be more important on your computer than other processes. In video, make sure we're using very fast. Just straightforward. Don't change that. If you try to change it, you'll notice this big window that actually says error. You don't want to do this unless you know what you're doing. We'll touch on that in the next video. And the encoding profile, change it to main. The keyframe, change it to 2. These are TwitchTV optimizations. The constant frame rate, we do want to use that, and we're done. I've just gone through the 5 tabs that are most important, from encoding to advanced. You're actually set up to stream now. How do you get your game into the stream? Because if we take our OBS window and we hit preview, which I recommend you doing just to get everything set up, you're going to notice that you have a black screen. That's not very fun. This is where we talk about scenes and sources. Your scene is a bunch of sources. Your sources are what you're displaying to your stream. So we have an empty scene, so it's just black. What we're going to do is we're going to right-click in the sources box. We want to add Minecraft, so we're going to add game capture. You want to do game capture first. If game capture doesn't work, I'll show you what to do. You can name it whatever you want. It will give you a very easy drop down. These are the programs you're running on your computer right now. What do you want me to capture? We select Minecraft. We hit OK. It's that simple. If we hit start streaming, if we hit stop preview and we hit start streaming, we will actually be streaming Minecraft to our TwitchTV page. It's really that simple. We can add a scene. We'll call it scene 2. We can add a window capture. Very similar drop down. All the windows that are currently available on your desktop. We hit Minecraft. We want to do the inner window because we don't want the borders. And we hit OK. And again, we have Minecraft. But you'll notice that any window that is over Minecraft also gets displayed. That's why game capture is the preferred. Window capture if it doesn't work. Monitor capture is your last resort. Monitor capture is extremely resource heavy, and your games will perform poorly. Your computer will perform. It'll eat up your resources, you'll lose FPS, and everything will just go downhill. Monitor capture is actually not very efficient whatsoever. So window capture, game capture, you can always go back to that source, hit properties, you can even change what it's capturing. Let's say I've got runner 2 running off to the side. Now we're displaying runner 2. I like having multiple scenes, so I can have a scene called Minecraft, add game capture, Minecraft. Okay. Now I can switch in between the two games, and it's not a problem. That's it in a nutshell. Hopefully just over 15 minutes worth of this video, and you will be up and running, streaming to TwitchTV within 10 minutes of watching this. Use the rewind function, use the pause function, copy them exactly, and then experiment with them as you move forward. The only other thing I want to point out before we close this out are these two bars right here. This is your microphone. This is your desktop audio. And if your game volume is too loud and you can't hear yourself talk, you don't have to turn the game down. You can actually turn the game's stream down. I usually run at about a 40% to 100% ratio, meaning no matter how loud my game is, it's only going to be about 40% of my full volume of my voice. Thank you very much for watching. This is about as concisely as I can put it. We will have follow-up videos in the very near future for the specifics, setting up scenes, setting up sources, audio balance, finding the correct bit rate, finding the correct presets, learning how to take a look at your CPU load so that you don't burn out your computer, all the fun stuff that goes into the advanced portions of this. But for right now, take this, run with it, go have fun, stream your games, grab your friends, throw them into the channel, say, hey, just, you know, let's have some fun. It's just like good old times, only we can be across the country and you can still watch me play a game. I hope that it helps. Leave comments in the comment section below. Give me feedback. What would you like to see? How can we better explain something? Did something not work for you? This is not 100%. There are cases where they just doesn't work for you. Let me know. We'll find a way to make an all-inclusive video so that when people enter a Twitch TV channel and say, hey, how do I stream? This can be one of the utilitarian videos that say, go look at this. This is going to get you started. So, for the Travelcast, for a Listen, Learn, Play tutorial, my name is Priox. Please, thank you for your attention on this. Thank you for your feedback. Have a great day wherever you are. Keep the peace, and we will see you next time.